Hi, welcome to my channel, The Yogic Path. My name is Vidyut. I examine human behavior through the lens of yoga. And in this video, I'm going to demonstrate some preparatory practices before you start your yoga practice. Or if you're a beginner just getting introduced to postures and asana practice, these preparatory practices will help you get started. These preparatory practices will warm you up, make your joints a little bit more flexible, extend range of movement, and hopefully will prevent injury when you're actually doing postures. So if you are any of these, if you'd like any of these, and if you're a beginner to yoga, please follow along for the rest of this video. Let's begin by sitting with your back straight, your legs extended in front of you. And if you find this difficult, you might want to elevate your hips by sitting on a brick or a short stool, or sitting on a blanket. That will make this posture a little easier. Let me turn around and explain. This is Dandasana. So in Dandasana, it's important to keep the back straight, starting from your lumbar region. From your lower back to your spine needs to be in a straight line. A lot of us have difficulty in keeping the lower back straight. We tend to slouch a little bit in the lower back, and keeping that lower back curved restricts our range of movement when we want to do a forward bend. We end up getting stuck here, and in our effort to do a full forward bend, we end up pulling ourselves towards the thighs, towards the legs with our hands, and this will lead to a lot of injury. So the first thing we need to become aware of is my lower back rounded or not? So possibly when you're doing this practice, take a selfie or get someone to take a picture of you to see if your lower back is rounded. And for some people, they tend to slouch in the middle and upper back, and this is their position. And we sit at our desks hunched over our laptops typing away, that we seldom see or notice that our back is rounded and our shoulders are rounded, and this is the position we think is default to us. So we need to recognize this. Once again, take a photo, take a selfie of yourself from the side to see if your back is rounded or not. So you need to straighten your back, roll your shoulders back, relax, and push your heels out, and your toes are pointing up. Your hands are by the side of your body. Okay, so this is Dandasana. So once you're done figuring out Dandasana, let's start with the toes. Okay, we're going to start with some toe bending. Inhale, and as you exhale, bend your toes. Inhale, open your toes, spread your toes wide. Exhale, bend. Inhale, open. Exhale, bend. Inhale, open. Exhale, bend. Inhale, open. Exhale, bend. Inhale, open. Do this about 10 times. Our feet need some space to breathe. You usually wear shoes, and the toes are really crunched up in really tight shoes. So this really helps stretch those muscles in the feet. If you've done it 10 times, now let's do some pointing. So imagine you're a ballet dancer, and now just point your toes. Exhale, point. Inhale, dorsiflexion. Push your heels out and pull your toes towards your body. Exhale, push your toes out, point your toes. Inhale, dorsiflex. Exhale, point. Inhale, toes towards the body. Continue this also about 10 times. Now, if you're a runner, if you're a long distance runner, this dorsiflexion is very important. So when you strike the floor, when you are running and you strike the floor and your foot is pointed, then you don't really get a lot of return from the ground and you're running inefficiently. But if you strike the floor, when you strike the road, when your foot is dorsiflexed in this position, then you're in much better position to take advantage of the return from the ground. So this makes you a little bit more aware of this dorsiflexion movement. And this also prepares you for postures like a deep squat, when for some people the heels come off the floor when going into a deep squat. So this is an excellent preparatory movement for deep squats as well. So once you're done with that, now let's examine the internal and external rotation of the hip. Okay, so open your feet wide. So when you can internally rotate your hips, your toes come together, and see if you can get your toe to the floor. As you can see, my left foot goes all the way to the floor, but my right foot doesn't. So which means I know that there is a problem, there's some tightness in my right hip. That is something that I need to correct. So this way I become a little bit more aware of where my body is tight or what is complete. There are imbalances in the body. One part of the body is loose, one part of the body is tight. We get to know and explore more of our bodies. So just do this in, out movement, keeping the legs straight without bending the knees. Okay, now we're going to rotate the ankles. Again, we are going to work on full range of movement of the ankles. We're going to do ankle circles about 5 times in each direction. 3, 4, 5. And then change direction, and let's do this 5 more times. Do it slowly and see if you can get maximum range of movement in your ankle joint. Right, now if you've done that 5 times in each direction, let's work on bending the knees. Okay, we'll start with one leg at a time. Exhale, bend your knee. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend your knee. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend your knee. When I was younger, my knee used to come straight towards my chest. Now as I've grown older, my knee goes out. So I need to be a little bit more conscious of that when we do this. And also I have to be kind to myself and not compare myself to my younger self. My body has changed with time. And once you've done this a few times, now you're hopefully prepared to bend both knees together. This is a little harder than it looks. Okay, so if it's gonna take some time for you to lift both legs and bend your knees together, give yourself some time. Okay, start with one leg at a time, and once you're comfortable with that, you can try this. Okay, exhale, knees to the chest. Inhale, straighten your leg. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. So that's activating the knees. And we can do one more thing to activate the knees, which is bend your left leg first and clasp your fingers, interlock your fingers, and place your hands behind your knee and lift your foot off the floor, pulling your thigh towards your chest. And from here, straighten your leg so your calf is pushed out, your heels are pushed out, and your leg is straight. And then rotate. At the top of the movement, push your heel out and then rotate. Heel out, rotate. 3, 4, 5. And now in the other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and repeat on the other side. Clasp your hands, place your hands behind your knee, pull your thigh towards your chest. Exhale, lift your leg, straighten your leg, push your heel out, and then rotate. 5 times in each direction. 3, 4, 5. 1, the other side. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, initially you might be able to do only this, and you can gradually work yourself up to that. Okay, and it's important you get started, and this is a way for you to figure out the range of movement of your body. Next, we're going to activate the hip flexors. We're going to lift one leg at a time. Once again, keep the back straight, push the heels out, toes pointing up, feet together, shoulders relaxed, hands closer to your knees. If you want to make it easy for yourself, you can lean back and lift one leg at a time. But I would suggest keeping your hands somewhere between your hips and your knees. Okay? Anywhere between your hips and your knees is great. And over here is really challenging, lifting your legs off the floor. Okay? That requires, we're going to work on compression in the lower abdominal region and work on strengthening the hip flexors. So we're going to lift the left leg, one leg at a time, left leg first, right leg next. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and then we'll lift both legs off the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lifting both legs off the floor is a little harder than it looks. So be patient with yourself if it takes you some time to lift both legs off the floor. Now, if you really want to make it harder for yourself, move your hands further towards your calves and then lift your legs off the floor. Okay, so that will activate your hip flexors, provide compression in the lower abdomen, which then allows you to go deeper into a forward bend. Okay, so now that we've done that, we're going to work on hip and ankle mobility again. This is preparation for Padmasana or lotus position, and we're going to start focusing on the hips right now. So we'll start by opening the right hip. So we're going to take the right knee out to the side. When you take the right knee out to the side, the right leg below the knee automatically bends. Now that it is bent, now you can comfortably, easily place that leg over your left thigh. Let your foot hang over your left thigh like this. And then place your right hand on your right ankle, holding it firmly in place. Use your left hand to hold your toes and now rotate your ankle again. About 5 times in each direction. So your ankles need to be hyper flexible and mobile to sit in Padmasana. This helps with preparation for that. Okay, now that you've done this 5 times on each side, now I want you to cradle your leg, the lower part of your leg from your knee to your foot in your hands. Clasp your fingers and then rock your foot like it's a baby. We are opening up the hips a little bit, about 5 to 10 times on each leg, on each side, till you're comfortable, till you can feel some movement, mobility in your hip opening up. And once that is done, place your foot on your left leg, place your right hand on your right knee, and see this gap between the mat and the knee. That is perfectly normal, especially when you're beginning the day or at the end of a day. If you've been sitting on a chair, it's perfectly normal. Now we're going to start working on the hip. Place your right, press your right ankle down with your left hand. Place your right palm on your knee and gently apply downward pressure, pushing your right knee down. Remove that pressure, allow that knee to bounce back up. Push down, bounce back. 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 And if you keep doing this, do this about 30 to 50 times. And then slowly you will find that your hip opens up a little bit more and becomes more flexible. There is a lot less resistance. And once you've done that, we're now going to do hip circles, rotating the hip joint. So this way, now I want you to place your hands, right hand on your right knee and point your index finger. And now you're going to use the right hand to make circles. Now I'm asking you to point with your index finger so you'll know whether you're making circles or whether you're making a straight line or you're making an egg, an oval. You know, when I started out, my foot was just going up and down. There was hardly any circular movement, but I did that every day. In about 3 weeks, you will find remarkable difference in your hip mobility if you do this. Okay, so do this about 5 times in each direction. So try to make as big a circle as possible with your finger. So you get full range of movement of the hips. Okay, now we're going to do the same on the other side. Straighten the right leg. And now we're going to take the left knee out. And when you do that, the left leg below the knee automatically folds. And from this position, it's easy to place the left foot on top of the right leg. We're going to start with the ankle. Hold the ankle down with your left hand. Hold your toes with your right and make circles. We are improving the mobility and flexibility of the ankle joint. Don't exert a lot of force. We want to make this easy and relaxed. And after you've done this about 5 to 10 times in each direction, let's now cradle the left leg and rock it back and forth. My right side is more flexible than my left, and you will find that's true of you for you as well. One side of your body tends to be a little bit more flexible than the other. Don't ask me why. I don't have an answer for it yet. So recognize your limitations, understand your body, be kind and patient with yourself when you do this. This is not a time to force the body into anything, but merely work with whatever is going on right now. Understand your body and work with it. So start by placing your left hand on your right knee. Push down, let it bounce back up. Push down, bounce back. Push down, bounce back. Push down, bounce back. Push down, bounce back. Okay. And do this about 30 to 50 times. Once again, pay attention to your body. If you feel any pain, stiffness, don't go beyond what your body is ready for at this point of time. And on different days, you will find your body responds differently. Depends on whether you're well rested, what you've eaten, what activities you've been engaging in. Different times of day, the body responds differently. So don't be so harsh on yourself if you find that it's not really responding the way you want it to. Now let's make circles. Point your index finger and make big circles. And about 5 times in each direction. Right. Now that we have done that, we've hopefully warmed up the lower part of the body. Next, we'll start with the upper part of the body. We're going to start with the neck. We're going to look down on exhale, touch the chin to the chest, and on inhale, lift your head up, pushing your chin out. Exhale, down, chin to the chest. Inhale, look up. Do this about 5 times. 8, 9, 10. Now turn your neck to the left and then to the right. So inhale here. Exhale, turn your head to your left. Inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, turn your head to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. And do this about 5 times on each side. And now we're going to tilt the head to the left and right. Okay. Clearly my neck is very stiff. Ideally my ears should touch my shoulders, but my neck is quite stiff, so I'm not really forcing this movement. Again, exhale when you're tilting your head, and inhale when you come back to the center. Once again, 5 times on each side. So the spine is capable of, a forward bend, a back arch, a twist, left and right, and then lateral bend to the left and right. So that's exactly what we're doing with this particular movement. The spine, your neck is still part of your cervical spine, the upper part of your spine. And we are bending up and down. So forward bend, back arch, and then twist to the left and right, and then lateral bend to the left and right. And now we're going to put all of these movements together by doing neck circles slowly, about 5 times in one direction and 5 times in the other. Slowly explore the full range of movement. You can even slow this down even more and stop and breathe wherever you encounter some resistance, right? If you feel some pain somewhere or if you feel stiffness, just stop there and breathe into that position. You finished 5 times on one side, change direction. I actually some days take a long time just working on my neck. Almost 10 to 15 minutes just doing this, and then I feel a lot better for the rest of the day. I spend so much time in front of the laptop that the neck gets stuck and the neck muscles get very stiff. Right, now that we've worked on the neck, let's work on the shoulders. So place your fingertips on your shoulders and then bring your elbows together in front, and from here lift your elbows up, but your biceps are touching your ears, and then take your arms back and bring your elbows down to your sides, so your triceps are touching your sides. And now bring your elbows together in front. This is shoulder rotation, but make sure you get to these points of full range of movement, like touching your shoulders, touching your biceps to the ears, and touching your triceps to the sides. Those are the points of contact which make you have full range of movement. Do this about 5 times in each direction. This is especially helpful even with foundational postures like downward dog and upward dog and chaturanga. Your shoulder needs to be mobile and flexible and ready for intense postures. So now that your shoulders are loosened up, let's work on the elbows. Just bend your elbows about 5 times. Right, next the wrists, open your fingers wide, make a fist, bend your wrist. Open, make a fist, bend. Open, make a fist, bend. Now rotate. About 10 times in each direction. Then invert your hands, open your hands, make a fist, bend. Open, bend. Open, bend. Open, bend. Right. So that concludes the first portion of the preparatory practice. This is taken from the Pavan Muktasana series in a book published by the Bihar School of Yoga called Asana Pranayama Mudra Bandha. You can order this on any book site online. But this is a good book. It has a lot of instructions on how to do postures, how to simplify it, how to modify it. It's a good purchase and it's a good reference if you're beginning your yoga journey and you want to understand some of the practical aspects behind it. You can refer to this book. It's got nice illustrations and a lot of the theory of the practices are also explained in it. So this is part 1 of the Pavan Muktasana series. I'll make other videos for part 2 and part 3 as well. Okay. Thank you very much. If you like this video, please like and subscribe for more such videos. Thank you very much.